Hey, it's Amanda from the Queen of Lean. I wanted to put together a video for you today discussing scale fluctuations and giving you a breakdown of all the reasons why your scales can change from day to day. Now, the amount of times that we have women in a panic, freaking out about scale changes when it doesn't actually equate to body fat. So I wanted to give you some reasons behind that and also then some better and more effective ways to track your progress. So one of the main reasons why your scales can fluctuate, and this can be anywhere between 1 to 3 kilos, one of the main reasons is water retention, and this can be driven from so many different elements. So for women, it can be around their menstrual cycle, particularly in the luteal phase or just before when you get your cycle, or it can be just particular hormonal fluctuations that are unique to you that will encourage more fluid retention. You can also have a situation where there's more fluid if you're stressed, so cortisol will drive up fluid retention. Sleep will also be a massive factor because your kidneys aren't as efficient as regulating the sodium levels, so that will also encourage fluid retention. Salty foods are another factor. Having a diet higher in carbs. Now, it doesn't mean that carbs make you fat, but they do actually hold more water. So for every gram of carbs, you will hold around 3 grams of water. And no one puts on body fat that quickly. It's just knowing that that's an influence from your nutrition. One of the other things that can influence it as well is just food weight. You know that if you weigh yourself at the beginning of the day compared to the end of the day, that you are going to be heavier. But something to also take into consideration with that is potentially your digestion isn't working as efficiently, and it could be stool weight or constipation. So maybe that's something that you want to have a look at. So these are different variations that, as I said, can fluctuate in one day, can fluctuate throughout the week. One of the other things to take into consideration is the efficiency of your liver and detoxification, or whether you're drinking enough water. The other thing that could be a factor as well is electrolyte balance. So I know that I've thrown a lot of things at you, and what would be the best way to track from here so that you can get a good balanced measurement of what's going on with body fat. We always encourage to do progress photos, and progress photos are good at the beginning and I guess towards the end of a transformation and throughout that, but they don't give you sort of a week-on-week result that you can track. You could consider actually weighing every single day. Now, I know you're thinking like, isn't that going to be getting a little bit obsessive and the relationship with the scales becomes too much? What I would encourage is, if you have a good relationship with the scales, is to measure every day, but then average it across the week to see what's happening in terms of body fat drops. That would be a better way to get an overall measure. And then something that we do in-house is in-body scans, because that is something that can actually break down your body fat percentage, lean muscle, and water retention. So overall, I don't want you to get too attached to a scale number. I want you to know that there can be those daily, those weekly fluctuations, and maybe it's worth, exploring what's going on for you. But day to day, if it's changing 1 to 3 kilos, don't lose your shit. It could just be water retention, and there's better ways to measure out there. So I hope you found this super helpful. I'm Amanda from the Queen of Lean. I'll see you soon.